What a time to be alive. If you are awake, if you're doing research, and if you're asking the Lord for discernment, many more people are waking out of their slumber. Now, a lot of people read the headline. They look at something like, oh, he's been arraigned. Oh, there's an indictment. Oh, Trump is in trouble. Again, without realizing that you have to look deeper. Jesus himself was prosecuted. He went to the cross. He had all these things that happened to him with all of these guys in authority. Oh, Pontius Pilate. Oh, the Pharisees and the Sadducees. They all were against him. But if you thought in that moment to take a step back and say, okay, is he really guilty? Just because I see everything happening to him right now doesn't mean that he's guilty of whatever crimes that he has committed. But like we are right now, a couple thousand years later, looking at that situation, thinking, oh, he was wrongly prosecuted. He went to the cross for all these bogus reasons. And if you have the presence of mind to step back and say, okay, what's really going on? They tried to impeach him a couple of times. They tried to do this indictment and many other things. But if you look into the detail, if you research what the Presidential Records Act is and how he had the authority, because he was and he is the president, to declassify, to look at certain things and say, okay, this is within my right to take, to store, or whatever it is, because he has the legal right to do so. And if you research other things that they're talking about, the Espionage Act, many other things, then you would realize beyond the title of, oh, look at this, he's been taken and he's been doing all these things. What a bad guy. Look beyond the first or second layers. And I'm telling you, many more people are waking up. I want to give you guys a quick encouraging quote. Somebody said this: I will be honest, I didn't vote for Trump in the last two elections. I voted Libertarian. Today, I am 100%, without a doubt, voting for Donald J. Trump in 2024. Now, again, this is for the normie population. We know if you follow devolution and the continuity of government, you know what's going on. There is nothing he can do or any opponent could do at this point that would sway me from that vote. I've never been more firm in a choice for an election than I am today. This is a direct result of what has become the Democrat Party, the liberal left, the weaponization of our justice system, and the mainstream media propaganda machine. So you got to realize that a lot of these people that are docile, they're dormant, they've been just reading the news for the last couple of decades, just thinking, oh, it's from CNN, oh, it's from Wall Street Journal. What they're saying, I'll take for granted and I'll just believe it. More and more people are realizing they've been lied to. And so in 10, 20 years from now, I would imagine people will look at this and say, oh man, just like the Nazi regime in World War II, they'll look at this and say, oh wow, I can't believe I was so brainwashed by the left, by this liberal movement, by this ungodly way of life. And so you realize slowly, you can't just wake up overnight, right? You have to see it over time. Who's being prosecuted? Who's saying what? What are the fruits of what people are doing? And of course, Trump isn't perfect. He has some, abrasive things, if you want to call it that, in terms of his personality, his words and stuff like that. But look at what he's saying. Look at what he's doing, what he's standing for, his fruit, right? And see everything else, the other people focusing on the wrong things, focusing on giving attention to certain details, certain things, as opposed to seeing it as a single-tier justice system. If anything, there's a two-tier justice system. There are certain people they favor. There are certain people they protect. And you realize this after you see it for a very long time. So this is what's happening. I'm encouraged. This is just a witch hunt, guys. You know this is not going to stick. And as well, other things are happening. More people are being brought to the fold, and they're playing their role. It's a deeper thing. We're in a period of devolution. You're going to see vindication. You're going to see people come to the forefront for which they're being used for such a time as this, because God is using this whole thing to take down the deep state. He's taking down the swamp. He's renewing, he's restoring, and he's going to allow revival to come to this nation and to the world. And this is all being done for the end times stuff. So be encouraged. This is just a small hurdle for a bigger plan that God has. So I'm going to do at some point some kind of a breakdown to look at the different groups of people that are stuck in each of their paradigms and how they view and look at the world, and Trump especially. And hopefully this can give some more clarity, because people are in uproar, focusing on the wrong things as opposed to seeing it big picture, seeing it from a godly perspective. So hopefully you guys can help me out. I'm doing a lot of work right now preparing for the future so that we can launch this project, this company, 1-2 Life. I'm selling journals and books right now. If you guys need, I'll show you guys. If you need a journal, if you need something to write on and you take notes, buy my journal. We're trying to raise some money to help with this endeavor. I have smaller journals. These are going to be shipped soon. I know people have been asking. There's a place to write and to meditate on certain verses. I have 5 of these different types. So would love to help. They're going to ship very soon. I'm getting the pallets and different things coming in at the end of this week, and hopefully then my warehouse can ship them out to you guys. So love you guys. ChrisYoonStore.com or the Etsy store. You can see the links down below. Need all the help that we can get. Love you guys. Talk to you guys very soon.